Hello friends, welcome back to my channel and to another Plan With Me video. This week we are going to be planning out the week of February 6th through to February 12th, and we are going to be using this absolutely stunning kit from plannerface. It was actually, I believe, the PBC sale or a PBC sale from earlier on this year. Actually, no, it may have been last year. I honestly don't know because I feel like I've had it for a little while and I can't actually read my screen from here, but if you want to click pause, you'll definitely be able to read that whilst I'm showing you guys the kit. Um, little disclaimer for anyone who does not know, I do actually PR for plannerface. So if you are interested in trying out plannerface for the first time, or you're just wanting to place an order, you can definitely use my code Melissa10 for 10% off your order. And you can also pop my name in the notes to seller to score my gorgeous little freebie, which at the moment is presently colored purple, pink and orange. Beautiful, vibrant, summery colors. And the colorway does actually match that of the Fiesta kit that is currently in store as well. And I highly recommend, if you haven't seen that one, to also check that out because it is one of my absolute favorite kits from plannerface. But not gonna lie, all of Anna's kits are absolutely beautiful. So if you haven't tried out her store, definitely consider doing that. And again, save yourself a couple of dollars. Anywho, this week, the kit that I'm using was very much decided on the week that I had. I had a very busy work week. I felt like I had so much going on. I felt like I had so many deadlines to meet. And that is no exception to now. So I'm sitting and doing this voiceover in April, even though this was filmed way back in February, possibly March. I don't know because I'm behind, which what else is new? But I feel like this year, I've said it before to you guys, this year has just felt like the busiest year ever and the longest year ever, but also the quickest year ever. So whilst I feel like time is flying by in the blink of an eye, I also feel like time has been really slow, and I feel like I've been incredibly busy, and I feel like I've had deadline after deadline after deadline after deadline, and I've not really actually had time to stop and smell the roses, for lack of a better word. Like, I honestly have so much going on. There is so much going on at work. There is so much going on in my personal life, which maybe, I guess, some of that might come to fruition. Fruition? That's not the right word. Some of that may come to light in future Plan With Me's, but I'm not going to get into too much detail now because, of course, I am voiceovering a video from February. So we're just going to go through the plans of the week at this time. But yeah, absolutely gorgeous kit. I have so many leftovers left, so I'm really happy with that because it means that I'm going to be able to use the kit again. I probably won't use it this year because, I don't know, I just feel weird about using the same art with the same colorway in the same year. But I do like that I have so much left over to be able to make another spread out of it, because to me it's like you've got your money's worth and some, because the PVC kits are always a freebie. So I place my order, and for placing my order, which I was going to do anyway, I get the equivalent of, essentially 2 spreads from the freebie. So that's always amazing. Again, definitely check out the PVC sales, particularly from plannerface when they happen. Just sales in general from plannerface when they happen, because honestly, the freebies alone are worth it. Anywho, I thought this colorway was also really appropriate because obviously February is like Valentine's vibes. So you've got this beautiful pink, and then you've got this like coral red pinky color, and I really love how it turned out. You will probably start to notice, or maybe you haven't, and now you will because I'm pointing it out, but week to week, my layouts change constantly. I can't figure out the spacing. Depending on the different stores, my kits look different. So this particular week, I've used the full washi from plannerface. I've used the thin strip of washi from plannerface, and it's sort of shifted my entire spread up, and I don't have a lot of, like, I've got a slim white border, which is what I love. And it makes, like, essentially it looks as though the kit takes over the whole page, which is really, really cool. But then when I use another kit, for example, something from maybe Planner Goddess Studio or Scribble Prints Co., the washi mix up is different, the ratio is different, the spacing is different. So it makes things look a little bit different. So for example, if you go back and look at, the spreads prior to this, you'll see that when I've used like Scribble Prints Co. kits, the spacing on the page is very, very different. And you'll even see that the spacing in this spread is very different to other plannerface spreads. So I really don't know what I'm doing. It's making it very difficult to plan because I find that I always have to start from like the bottom and work my way up, because I feel like if I work from the top to the bottom, then I may have too much space down the bottom for the washi, so on and so forth. Whereas if I work from bottom to top, I can fiddle around with glitter headers and washi strips and things like that to make it work. But I don't know, I really love this planner and I'm kind of hoping that I can use it again next year, but I'm also maybe leaning towards trying a Tilly Journals planner. But I'm not sure. I think that the only reason I was kind of turned away from that in the end, I think, was the shipping cost was quite extreme. Like even shipping from America was a little bit cheaper, but that may have changed because that was a while ago before she had her website. So things may have changed in that regard. So I'm going to have to try that at some point. Whether that's going to be next year, I don't know. But anyway, I feel like that was a huge, huge digression. Um, let's come back to the plans because obviously, again, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. We are planning out February. So in my sidebar, I have just done my stereotypical sidebar. I feel like I need to change things up as well. I feel like you guys might not mind, but sometimes I feel like when I'm doing these spreads, they look exactly the same week to week, with the exception of where my full boxes go. And I do often wonder, like, whether you enjoy watching that anymore. And I feel like sometimes I need to be a little bit more experimental, but then at the same time, I don't want to be, because I don't want my spreads to be ugly and I want to enjoy them. But let me know your thoughts below. But yeah, my sidebar, very usual me. We've got my socials in the sidebar. We've got the book that I was reading for the week, which was the Lies book from the Gone series. And then this was the week when I was contemplating working with a company called The Dietologist. For anyone who does or does not know, I have been on a little bit of a health journey on and off for the last couple of years. There's some major factors in that regard that I need to sort out. I want to start a family, but there's some restrictions in that regard. So there's this whole big thing that's been going on for many, many years. And I decided that this year I can't sit on my butt anymore. I need to pull my finger out of my butt and I need to get up and do something about everything. So I was very heavily contemplating engaging with a dietitian at this point. I can't remember if this was the week that I did engage, but I have since done that. But I wanted to make a note of that because obviously looking back, that's going to be like a key point, I'm hoping, in the journey that I have to undertake over the next couple of months. I was going to say weeks, but no, probably months, maybe even longer, but we'll see what happens. Then we jump ahead into Monday. So on Monday, again, very typical Monday, we've marked Coffee Monday at the top there, and working from home, which, I mean, I feel like needless to say, I feel like I don't need to mark this, but I have so many work from home scripts. I have so many work scripts, and essentially working takes up majority of my day, Monday to Friday. So like, I feel like I kind of need to mark it. But there is that. Also, for anyone who may be seeing this as their first video on my channel, I don't actually mention the sticker, like where the stickers I'm using are from, but I do link all of the stores that I've used in my spread in the comments below, or in the description below rather. So if you are interested, you can definitely check them out. But otherwise, I spend too much time telling you where the stickers are from versus what I've actually done in the week. So yeah, working, I did have a bit of a headache this day, so I've popped that in. And then I did mark that I got a plannerface Happy Mail delivery, which is always wonderful. And then that evening was a pretty chill night. So I did a bit of a maths catch up. So Married at First Sight, for anyone who's not familiar with the abbreviation. It used to be on Monday to Wednesday and then Sunday, or Sunday to Wednesday would probably make more sense. But I was behind a couple of episodes, so I had a little bit of a binge watch on this afternoon. And then I've marked that my friends They told us that they were having another baby and they were having a little girl, so it's their second little girl. And I wanted to mark that in my planner. And then because I'd caught up on maths, I marked watching maths that evening as well, because of course, like I mentioned, it is on Sunday to Wednesday. On Tuesday, I've marked working from home. I've also popped in there that I still had a bit of a headache. And yes, so I did engage with the dietitian. So I've marked there in my planner on Tuesday that I did book the dietologist. And then I've marked that I had a coffee and chilled out after work, that I watched my friend stream on Twitch, or AKA a Twitch hang. And then I also did a little bit of playing around with some stickers and also watched maths again that evening. Then we scramble on over to Wednesday. So on Wednesday, again, we've got working from home. And then I've marked that I did a voiceover after work, which would have been for a planner video. I've then marked that I edited and scheduled a Whimsy Stories video. So for anyone who may not be aware, I do have a second YouTube channel where I post like gameplay and little sim stories and things like that. So I've marked that I uploaded an episode of one of my challenges to my Sims channel, which again, I will link below for anyone who may be interested. This day, I also got a delivery from Mum and Me Handmade Designs, which is a sticker store in Australia for anyone who may be interested in checking them out. Again, they will be linked below. And then that evening, I was incredibly tired and I was feeling it in every inch of my body. So I marked that with a little sloth sticker there. And then I did sort of laze about watching Twitch. And again, I watched maths. Thursday, marked working from home. What a surprise. I did do another voiceover on this afternoon. I did some laundry and I did an online order with iHerb because I needed to get some melatonin. I don't know why, but in Australia, you need a prescription to get melatonin, and I couldn't be bothered with that. And I have so much trouble sleeping, and somebody told me I could get it from iHerb, so I did my own order. I had a bit of a lazy evening that afternoon. I had a Porto for dinner, which is a Portuguese chicken place. I generally have like a salad and chips. And then that evening, I did mark uploading my January kit lineup, which seems forever ago. Friday, I worked from home. I had a super long day. You can tell I've marked like the sticker I've used is like a low battery sticker, which I think was absolutely perfect to mark how I felt back then. I then marked having a cup of coffee and once again doing another voiceover. So again, I was really trying to catch up on Plan With Me's back then. So whenever I say I'm behind, it's not for lack of trying. I do try very hard behind the scenes. It just doesn't always work the way I want it to work. On Friday evening, I marked that I had a YouTube binge and that we had pizza and pasta for dinner. Whenever you see that, it means that my husband had pizza and I had pasta. And then that night we watched Rocky 4. Saturday, not much happening. I did some filming in the morning and then I've marked that it was really hot. It was 36 degrees. In the grand scheme of things, that's not really that hot compared to what it could be, but still way too hot. And then I did my plannerface PR order for the month. And then that evening, I did some editing. I had more of a YouTube binge, and my husband and I watched Rocky number 5. And then moving on to Sunday, I feel like I've flown through this really quickly. I can never get this time right. Anyway, so on Sunday, we went to look at cars because if you watched my previous videos, you will know that my car broke down on me again for like the second time or maybe even the third time. I can't even remember now, in like less than 6 months. And I was just over it at this point. So we went to have a look at cars just to get an idea of what they would cost, what the wait times were, because obviously it's really difficult to get anything from anywhere at the moment. So I marked that. And I had my eye on a little something, but then like we weren't committing to buying anything. So we went away and we had some lunch and we were going to decide on which car dealership we were going to go to next. And then somehow we went from, no, we're not buying a car, let's go and look at other places, to actually going back to that same place that we had just been at. And we put a deposit on a brand new car. So I did get a brand new car. But again, more details of that will come in the next video. So I wanted to mark that. I was so excited. I'm so happy. I love my car so, so much. I've never had a brand new car. Like I've had brand new secondhand cars, never a brand new one. So this was super exciting. And then that afternoon when we came home, we finished binge watching The Walking Dead finally after so many years. And then I just marked that I chilled out with my husband and my dogs, and that I watched maths that evening. And that was pretty much my week. So the highlight of my week was the purchase or the deposit on the new car, but other than that, not much happened. But anyway, here I am taking you through the leftovers. As you can see, like I said, there is so much left there for me to make another spread. But yeah, if you have stayed this far, I really appreciate it. Let me know your thoughts about the spread in the comments below. I really hope you enjoyed this video. And if you haven't already, I'd really appreciate you liking and subscribing, because of course it does help support the channel. Anyway, guys, I will see you all in my very next video. Bye!